So all these things are the process of planning out your program. And we're going to take each one of them step by step. So the first thing is why. Why are you doing a rep program? What is your reasoning? My reasoning was because I wanted my name out there. I wanted more business. And that's generally the reason behind a rep program. You may want to do one more for portfolio building so that you can get more photos. And that's a good way to start, is find some people that can be your spokesmodels or reps, so you're not necessarily just giving anybody and everybody a free shoot to get a portfolio, but you're giving somebody that's working for you a free shoot so that you can have some things for your portfolio. So, and then what kind of shoot are you going to do? Are you going to do a group shoot, or are you going to do an individual shoot? There's benefits to both. You could do, I mean, it depends on how many girls. If you have a ton of girls in your rep program, maybe a group shoot is better. Maybe you split up a group shoot into two. Let's say you have 14 girls and you do one shoot of 7 and one shoot of 7, and that's what you do. I do a group shoot, and the reason I do it is because I feel like by giving them an individual shoot, they're not really working toward a shoot. By giving them a group shoot, I generally have some sort of concept or theme. It's a little bit different than maybe what they would typically wear, so then they know to work toward their own individual shoot. So that's why I do that, but you can do it either way. So the shoot itself, it's got to be different from a regular senior session, just to make it stand out in their mind, to make you be able to showcase your brand, and so that they then have something to work toward, because mine work toward that individual photo shoot. So that's why. Choose a theme or a concept. This year it was a garden theme, and it was shot in a what do you call it? A nursery where they sell, in a greenhouse and a nursery where they sell flowers. And then the boutique that I partner with, Fabric, provided the clothes, and I wanted a very floral thing. So all the girls wore spring colors, floral things, dresses, etc. So that was my concept. It can be a loose concept. It can be a very distinct concept. One year I did a whole boho type thing. One year I did sparkle, and there was a theme called "Every Girl Deserves to Sparkle" in their senior year. So I had everything to do with glitter. Their clothes were these tulle skirts, and we had glitter everywhere. We had this thing called a glitter bar where it had all this stuff that they could, have fun with. So have a theme, like I could have gone with something like grow in your senior year, because we were in a flower garden nursery type thing. You may want to do that. You may want to give them a sort of a motto for the year, and build your shoot around that. Look for inspiration. Obviously, that's when you're trying to come up with shoot ideas, inspiration is always helpful. See something that inspires you and incorporate that into your model shoot. Gather props generally to make it different than a regular photo shoot. I will have props that sort of illustrate the idea, which this speaks very much to concept shooting, which we will get into in the next segment. But basically, my model shoot is sort of a concept shoot. That's the way I treat it, because it's different than a regular shoot. Clothing, hair, and makeup need to fit along with your theme if that's what you're doing. If you're doing individual shoots for your reps, you still maybe want to provide hair and makeup, because that way the girls that they are referring can see that process and see what that looks like. And then consider your budget. What are you willing to spend on your marketing campaign for the year? Is it $200? Is it $500? Is it more? Whatever. Remember, you've got to consider hair and makeup. You've got to consider clothes if you want a certain look, or maybe you want them to bring it. If you're using a stylist, do you have to pay her? You're working on trade. Your rep cards, or whatever your marketing pieces you're going to give them. All of these things need to be considered when you're planning your program and planning out the shoot, so you don't get into it and think, oh gosh, I spent too much money. There are definitely ways to save money when it comes to rep programs. Hair and makeup, you can work with your artist, your normal artist, and say all these girls are going to come to you for their normal senior shoot, all these girls are going to come to you for proms, and maybe you do some sort of discount or trade. Maybe you find a new makeup artist that's willing to work for a trade. Same thing with the stylist. You can definitely find somebody who's up and coming and use that as an advantage to try not to spend as much money. So there are definite ways. You don't have to provide clothes. One year I did the year I did the tulle skirts, I wanted them all wearing tulle skirts. So I found somewhere on eBay where they were like $10 a piece. So I bought them each a skirt, but then they wore whatever spoke to their personality on the top that paired with their skirt. So I budgeted for that. This year I borrowed clothes from a boutique. So nobody had to bring anything, nobody had to buy anything. And then Fabric got all the photos. So there's just some ways that you can save money on the shoot part, especially.